What's up with it? It's your boy Expat D here, back with another video. So have you ever dreamed about studying in another country? Okay? Waking up in a new city, meeting people from all over the world, and building a future abroad. Okay, in this video, I'm breaking down exactly how to move abroad as an international student, step by step. If you're serious about making this dream a reality, stay tuned until the end of the video where I'll share one insider tip that most students miss. Okay? So on to step one. Step one is choose your destination wisely. So think about it. Don't just pick a country because it's popular. Okay, think about the cost of living, the language, safety, and opportunities after you graduate. Here's an example. Let's say you're studying in a place like Kenya, okay, or Ghana. It might be more affordable in the US or UK while still giving you a world-class experience. Now, if you're doing this as a teacher, as an American citizen, one thing I want you to keep in mind that some people overlook, your degree does matter. Okay, I'm somebody that I am an educator and I teach at an international school, okay, outside of America. And really the whole reason for these different international schools, it's so that it can help these students from all over the world get into these colleges in the West, okay, get into these different US colleges. And you have countries that have a great reputation for students. Think about it. You have different countries like China, Japan, and all that stuff. They like to be educated in America for the colleges. So that's one thing that you definitely shouldn't overlook is you may want to take classes in those countries, but you may want to do it and still get the US degree. Okay, I'm saying this if you're an American, that's something that you may want to keep in mind. Now, what the strategy is good that you are able to live and really understand a culture. You're probably going to be able to learn the language going to school there and understand a lot of how the society works. So if you're considering moving to a place for school because you want to live there after graduation, that's an excellent strategy, okay? And I'll tell you, once we get to a later step, I'll tell you the strategy I would take, okay? I am someone that did an exchange program in another country, so I did use that as a way to live abroad. That was some years ago. I would mix it up a little bit, and I'll explain that a little bit later. Okay, so step two, research schools and programs. Look for universities that offer degrees that are in English, okay, if that's your main language. Have exchange programs or scholarships for international students, okay? And don't ignore the smaller universities, okay? They often have better support for internationals. So to give you a little background about me, I did get a scholarship to travel abroad. Okay, and that's something that I researched. When I did got that scholarship, believe it or not, it was only like 3 people that applied. So everyone that applied for that particular scholarship got it. So I was able to do that, and I used that scholarship. It paid for the schooling, it paid for the airfare, housing, all that stuff. So it was a pretty good deal. So that's something. Don't sleep when it comes to scholarships. Okay. Number 3, you want to understand the visa process. So every country has its own student visa requirements. You'll usually need like proof of admission, bank statements. You'll also need some type of proof of housing. Okay, start early because delays can really crush your timeline. You want to make sure you're starting on time. Step 4 is secure housing before you land. Okay, this could include, usually they'll have some type of like international student dorm. That's why I initially stayed at when I started. They have shared apartments. They have homestays with local families. And they have places, when you have a place lined up, it just makes the whole process less stressful. Okay? And then step 5, you want to prepare financially and culturally. So budget for tuition, for flights, for health insurance, and daily life. Okay? Learn the culture, basics of your destination, like language phrases, etiquette, local customs. So remember, excuse me, culture shock is real. Okay? But preparation makes it a lot easier. So what I want you to consider, and this is how I would do it. Okay, if you are, nowadays, you have so many programs that are online. What I would do is I would find, let's say if you're an American citizen, I would find a program that will allow me to take courses online. It could, you could either, because this is what it'll do. One, you could actually go to another country, rent a place. You can take classes online at a reputable university in the States. Because here's the thing, I'm not saying that the education isn't good abroad, but if you're a US citizen, it does have a better reputation. And what you want out of your experience, you want to be the most marketable that you can. So what you can do is you can take courses online. You also can see if you can go to a local university and just take like a language course. So that can get you on campus. That can get you, more social. You can get that experience of going to college locally without having those courses on your transcript. You know what I mean? You can still have your US courses and the degree. That would be kind of a mix of both worlds. You also can leverage financial aid. Okay, if you didn't get a scholarship to go abroad, well, there's 2 ways of doing this. Some will just have through your university like a study abroad program. That could be a little limited on the courses that you can take or the purpose of the program. If you did it where you're just taking online classes, what you can do is you now have flexibility. So you're taking these classes and you could just continue to take online classes. If it's going good, you could extend it, you could extend it. If you want to switch to a different country, you're still taking classes. You can be mobile, you can move around. So there's a lot of different things that you can do when you take online classes. You can get a reputable degree, you can move around, you may like a different country. You can leverage that with taking courses locally to learn the language, like I said before. So that seems like it's a slightly better plan. That's the way I would do it nowadays, right? So take that into consideration. Anyway, couple of other tips that you may want to look at. Consider joining different student groups like on Facebook, okay? You can connect with different international students before you land. You got Facebook, you've got WhatsApp. Make sure you have those websites and apps. Or even you have university forums that could plug you into a community, and this can help you transition way easier so you don't feel alone. Okay, so that's it. That's my step-by-step guide on how to move abroad as an international student. Which country would you want to study in? Drop a comment in my comment section. Okay, I want to hear what's your dream destination to study in. And hey, if this video helped you, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this with anyone you know that's thinking about studying abroad. Okay, this is Expat D. I'm giving you the raw truth about moving abroad. I'm someone that I've traveled since 2002. I've been over 35 different countries, and you'll find different travel content, advice about traveling on my channel, okay? Anyway, Thanks a lot for spending time with me. I'll see you in the next video. Peace and I'm out.